you for coming. Oh. Hi guys, thank you for coming. Oh, excuse me. Oh, didn't see you there. Sorry. Once upon a time, in a land far away, lived a young girl, Swanhilda, with the promise from a young man, Franz, the life of love and children and all the joy that heaven would allow. They would dwell in a pleasant old village where children played freely outside and people were unwilling to work hard for the things that they earned in the village that they loved. It had been 6 months now since Coppelia had moved to the town. He's a funny old fellow. He told everyone that he had his daughter, Coppelia. Coppelia was beautiful, yet reclusive. And in the eyes of any man, a beautiful woman is hard to ignore. So it was Franz, to the disdain of Swanhilda, who longed for an exchange of any kind from Coppelia and was caught up in her beauty. This, of course, infuriated Swanhilda. Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned, you know. Yes, I'm afraid it's true. But today is a happy day. The village is rejoicing for a new bell that had arrived for the belfry.
Hear ye, hear ye! The king welcomes the whole town for the celebration of the arrival of our new bell. Furthermore, at this juncture, the king has announced that anyone who is to be married during the bell festival shall be awarded a great treasure.
Girls, did you hear that? Anyone who gets married during the festival bell will be awarded a great treasure. I simply must get Ron to marry me right away. The only thing standing in my way now is that pathetic daughter of Coppelia, who sits on her balcony all day long footing with my true love. Why, we've been betrothed since we were children. Oh, everyone knows that. So infuriating.
Oh, people of Coppelia, I have great news for you.
And a brand new bell to hang we will do.
We have a brand new bell to hang we will do. Come on this day. If I find no faults, and our feast shall we eat, be it cakes or be it meat. Come one, come all this day.
Oh, people of Coppelia, I have good news for you. We have a brand new bell to hang we will do. I have a brand new bell to hang we will do.
It's the little dance, be it simple, just a press. Hold the house with a beat by final thoughts. And now, this shall we do.
He loves me. He loves me not.
Oh, Swan, why so sad? Yes, what's wrong?
Well, the king declares that anyone who gets married during the festival bell will be awarded great treasures. But Franz and I are supposed to be married this month.
Oh my goodness, this is so exciting. Can you imagine?
I know, right? But he hasn't given me a ring yet. Yeah, it's that final day of a ring.
I have a big problem.
I have a big problem.
What is it?
He's enchanted with Coppelia. He does nothing but spend all of his time staring at her. And she never talks or moves. And the challenge to get her attention is driving him mad. Instead of talking to me for hours and showering me with gifts and flowers, he leaves me to wonder if he loves me or not. He loves me. He loves me not.
Aww. I'll tell you what we'll do. We have to sneak into the toy store, get a look up at this man and up close and personal.
Right.
She can't really be all that.
No, of course not. That's me. How are we going to do it?
We'll send the kids in a room to steal the key and just not return it right away. Have you tried the ear of wheat?
Ear of what? Of wheat? Why?
Oh, don't you know, if you shake an ear of wheat near your head and it rattles, that means the love is true?
Huh. Really, Raina? This is the 18th century. I prefer scientific means of truth, resulting from observation.
Okay, so we'll observe. Tonight, we'll sneak into the toy store and confront Coppelia face to face. We've got to go talk to the children about the key now.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. Yes. I'll just see what she has to say about that. Oh.
Hello, Franz.
Well, just the man I want to see.
Well, come, my boy, let's talk. Tell me, what's on your mind?
Love.
Love? What about it?
Everything. I mean, what do you know about love? Have you ever been in love?
Well,
Well, of course you've been in love. After all, you have Coppelia.
yes, there is that.
So tell me about it. I don't understand so much.
Well,
Okay, I'll tell you. But I still want to hear your side of the story.
you will, my boy. My boy, you will. Now, what could possibly be wrong? Franz, now you've been betrothed to Swanhilda. Lovely girl. Heck of a name, though. Doesn't exactly roll off the tongue.
What?
Oh, just thinking out loud as old men do. Now, what is the matter?
Well, I think I'm in love with your daughter.
My doll? My daughter. Yes, of course, my daughter. Not my daughter.
Well, you want to know the truth, don't you?
The truth. Well, so do you.
What?
Listen. Don't you love Swanhilda?
Yes, I love Swanhilda. But that's just why I'm so confused. Is it, or is it not possible to be in love with two lasses?
Two lasses at the same time?
Well, is it?
Oh, my dear boy. It'll show itself in time. Right. Oh, the trials of youth.
Okay, Pops. We must go now.
Okay.
I'll tell you what, Pops. Yes, I love Swanhilda, but that's just why I'm so confused. Is it, or is it not possible to be in love with two people?
Now, what have you ever spoken to her?
Well, no.
Has she ever spoken to you?
No, she hasn't spoken to me.
Well, then it can't be love. What is it that you have between you?
I watch her sitting up on the porch, and I try so hard to get her attention, and she completely ignores me.
I see, and that makes you try all the harder, yes?
Why, yes.
And it's driving you mad.
Quite out of my senses, I'm afraid.
Oh, my dear boy. It'll show itself in time. Oh, the trials of youth. Poor boy. Poor boy. Downhearted, depressed, and in a spin. Poor boy. Poor boy. Oh, youth can really do a fellow in. How lovely to sit here in the shade with none of the woes of man and maid. I'm glad I'm not young anymore. The rivals that don't exist at all, the feeling you're only 2 feet tall. I'm glad I'm not young anymore. No more confusion, no morning after surprise, no self-delusion. And when you're telling those lies, she isn't wise. And even if love comes through the door, the kind that goes on forevermore is shorter than before. Oh, I'm so glad that I'm not young anymore. The tiny remark that tortures you, the fear that your friends won't like her too. I'm glad I'm not young anymore. The longing to end a stale affair until you find out she doesn't care. I'm glad I'm not young anymore. No more frustration, no star-crossed lover am I, no aggravation, just one reluctant reply. Lady, goodbye. The fountain of youth is dull as paint. Valentinus is my patron saint. I've never been so comfortable before. Oh, I'm so glad that I'm not young anymore.
I want you with me now.
Franz, what are you doing?
Me? Oh, wow. I was just looking around and thinking.
Thinking what?
Thinking about how much more beautiful you are than any doll that could ever be created. You are my betrothed, beautiful, living doll.
Well, this doll doesn't ever ring.
Yes, I was just dreaming about the day we might marry. It seems so long away yet, and I was thinking how much I longed for that day.
Well, it is very sweet of you. Come on, let's go and sit together. told Mother I'd help her with supper. I have to go.
So soon? You're such a thoughtful girl. My sweet Swanhilda, please tell me when I will see you again.
Well, depends on if you're a good boy or not.
My dear, I hang upon your every word.
I have to go. Bye.
Goodbye. I'll see you soon.
She is beautiful, isn't she?
Oh, her? Yes, she is.
Yes. You know, they say in times of the year, they say Coppelia dances.
Dances? Really?
Well, I haven't seen for myself, but I've been told.
Oh, I see.
That I do.
What is
You
it?
play Maple at all?
Maypole? I'd love to play Maypole.
So, Pops, tell me more about Coppelia.
Well, what would you like to know?
Everything. I mean, she hasn't moved, and you said sometimes she's seen dancing.
Me? Yeah, Coppelia can't.
Pop, you just told me yesterday,
I said no such a thing.
and you can stop spinning. Pop, you told me yesterday.
Why, Coppelia can't.
She can't what?
Listen, why don't you come back later and see for yourself?
I love to. Well, if she did dance or sing, when would it be?
Well, I suppose if she did, it would be only in your dreams.
Only in my dreams? Only in my dreams!
Come on, sweet. Hey, Swanhilda, what brings you here, girl?
We were just, we wanted to return your key. Those little
Oh,
monsters
how
stole
very
it.
thoughtful of you, my key. Do come in. Would you like to have some tea?
Tea? It's not really a potion we were after.
Potion? What is the problem?
We're like love potion number 9.
But when I met that gal down at 34th and Vine, she broke my little bottle of love potion number 9.
Oh, you guys go tell her. You guys!
Oh, dear, what is it?
Well, I might as well tell you. They have a big problem.
Oh, dear. Well, you can tell me all about it.
Well, ever since you and your daughter moved to town, Franz
Yes?
seems to be enchanted with her.
Oh,
He spends
dear.
all of his time staring at her, and the challenge to get her to respond is driving him mad.
Oh, my goodness. I'm sorry. Well, listen.
We've been betrothed since we were children.
Yes?
Everyone knows that.
Yes? Well, listen, you really have nothing to worry about. Why, Coppelia, she can't,
What do you mean?
well,
How do you say that?
she just,
What?
she's, why,
She's what? What?
well, listen, why don't you come back later tonight, dance, just to get his attention. Soon you'll see he'll see that you're the one he truly loves.
You really think so?
Well, I think so. Now let me get the dress he's so enchanted with. You put it on, dance, just hold it. Here, take the dress, put it on, come back, wait right here, and
Oh, Mr. Copelius, at first I always thought of you as a little strange. But now you seem to want of your heart. How kind her be, Miss Swanhilda, even though it's your own daughter, Frances.
you mean Coppelia. Yes, of course. Well, if Coppelia really meant to steal Fran's away, don't you think she would have done it by now?
Yeah, sure, Mr. Coppelia.
Well, listen, there's no reason. Why, Coppelia, she would never. Listen, all right, listen, I'll get some rest and we'll talk about this later.
Okay.
Maybe it'll all make some sense. Try to get some sleep.
Will you tell Sonya to
I'm tired. I'll tell her good night for you. Surely I will.
Night.
Good night. Hilda, why, you are beautiful.
You.
Well, you look lovely, dear. Come here now. Come here. Wait right here. Wait here. Fran's will be here any moment. Someday you'll make it out of here, even if it takes all night or 100 years. Need to see you smile or even shed a tear. Child of my own, be my little girl, be the only one my heart beats for. Someday I'll make it even if it takes all night or 100 years. Need to see you smile, or even shed a tear, but I never say a word. All you say is lies. I'm so lonely, alone. I'm in glass, my mind of stone. Never fall because I'm just a doll.
You're a doll. Oh, if you're a doll, then how are you talking to me then?
This is a dream.
This is a dream? Okay, this is a dream. Fine.
What is that you're wearing?
Just look right. I mean, it's a beautiful gown. We're wearing the same thing.
Why are you dressed up like me?
Oh, can a girl try a new look? The doll look? It's not my first choice, you know. Oh, as long as it's a dream. It's a dream, right?
I guaranteed it's a dream.
Okay, well, in that case, I have a big problem. Franz spends all his time staring at you. And ever since you and your father moved to town, I can't seem to get his attention back. And Coppelia says he's kind of nuts, you know. And he tells everybody you're a daughter and not a doll. So Franz thought you were real. So then I thought you were real, and you might as well be real. Because Franz is in love with you.
Swan, hold up.
I can't.
Listen to me! Yes, I understand. What? You don't have to try to look like me to win Franz's love back. Just be yourself. It's you he loves. Yes, he might think I'm kind of pretty, and that's it. He tries to get my attention and I don't respond. That will all change soon.
You really think so?
Yes, I really think so. I don't have any of the things you have. I'm just a doll, you know.
You really think so?
Yes, I do.
Oh, thank you so much. I knew you were the one I needed to talk to. To be honest, my friends and I were going to sneak in here to tell you off, but I realized that would have been wrong. So you made me feel so much better.
I could see this was an emergency. That's why I came to you in your dream.
Nice one. Oh, wait! Friend's gonna be here any minute. I'm dressed like this. What are we gonna do?
Life is more than a dress. Goodbye now.
What? Goodbye? Bye.
Swanhilda, will you marry me?
You think about it.
Yes!
Hear ye, all people of Coppeliaville. By the king's royal command, every family of the kingdom shall attend the marriage of Franz and Swanhilda forthright this day. Further, since this marriage is to take place during the Bell Festival, Franz and Swanhilda will inherit a special treasure from the royal family, along with their best wishes for a happy life. Let the rejoicing begin.
and hanging we will do. And a disco will we dance, me and skip or just a press, a polka or a waltz with a beat I find no fault. And a beat shall we eat, beat cake to be number one, come all this day.
Something as a country and as a world that has been very difficult. Performing has been, not allowed. So we had to kind of get out on a limb and just do what we felt we needed to do in our spirit, and that's what we did. And I have to tell you that there have been so many people. I would like all the moms to stand up, please, all the moms that came to rehearsal after rehearsal after rehearsal. Something for you, and it's coming, so just stay standing. But while they're standing, I also want to thank our tech crew, Dan Lillis, Alfred Sullivan, Corey and Nathan, and everybody that helped. There was just so much that there we are. Let's give a hand to the moms. Teaching these kids, I mean, yeah, we laugh and we cry, and we have a little bit of yelling once in a while, and we have our moods, but there isn't anything that is more inspiring to me than to see these children develop in all of the arts, both dance and singing and acting. And of course, I push them to do things they don't want to do, and sometimes they end up finding out they really like it. So, but we wanted to present you folks with some flowers. So all the red ones go to the girls in red. So let's have a hand for that. All the red, yes, all the red flowers go to the all the ones with the tutus on. There you go. Okay, everybody gets. The boys don't get anything. They're slaves. You know? But look at these girls. Look at this. Isn't this beautiful? Gets the white ones. Let me give this to her. There's for you, sweetheart. Okay. Well, on behalf of Centerstage Performing Arts Foundation and all of our donors and supporters, I'd like to thank the Sonora Area Foundation for a grant that made this show possible. Also, the Aronis Women's Federated Club on Elkin. These ladies are amazing. We have been able to use their space to rehearse. It wouldn't have happened. It does take a village, and everybody had a part to play. And most of all, we're so happy that you're here tonight, so let's give them a hand. Thank you, everybody, and goodbye. God bless you. God bless you. We did it. the board.